Can we say fan? Can you be a fan of a political person? Hello. In this time of impending doom and uncertainty, I thought we could all do with a bit of positivity. So, here are some things that I've enjoyed recently that I figured you might also enjoy and will bring you joy. And positivity can ensue. Basically, here's another collection of things that I like, that you might also like, that no one has paid me to talk about because no one gives a shit about me. I haven't got enough subscribers for anyone to care. Let's go. So if you are up together with the episodes of my life, May went live a couple of weeks ago, you will know if you watch that there is such a thing as feminist dinosaur bedding. Look at this just beautiful thing. So there are dinosaurs, there are like little feminist things written all over it, like girl power and 100% boys tears and just T-Rexes and pterodactyls and all sorts of good dinosaurs. This is from Asda. So Asda do a great range of bedding, and I'm one of those people that is both a commitment phobe and hugely indecisive, so I like to change up my room a lot. So currently, I have feminist dinosaurs going on in my room, which is great. I have a great love relationship with Asda bedding. Asda do great bedding. They also do space cats, galaxy space cats with moons on the other side, and party llamas. Basically, Asda bedding is great, so if you need new bedding, go to Asda. All I need now is a capybara bed set, and I'll have all my favourite animals. Moving on from sleeping, let's talk about some books that I've enjoyed. So firstly, I recently read The Muse by Jessie Burton, which was so good. I really enjoyed it. I'm not really into art in the sort of paintings sense, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really, really good, and I had lots of hashtag relatable things about being a writer and wanting to write stuff. I also read Hagseed, which is Margaret Atwood's book from the Hogarth Shakespeare collection, where loads of modern writers retold Shakespeare tales, and it was the retelling of The Tempest, which is a play I've not seen, so I really enjoyed that, and now I need to find The Tempest so I can compare the two, and also the rest of the Hogarth Shakespeare collection. Currently, I am reading this. So, this is a selection of Tony Benn's diaries from 1991 to 2001, and this has been sat on my bookshelf for what feels like a millennia. My granddad bought me this for Christmas about 1,000,000 years ago, because I've always been really fascinated by Tony Benn, and my granddad's always been a big fan of Tony Benn as well. So, can we say fan? Can you be a fan of a political person? I deck. I'm a fan of Tony Benn, whatever. And I finally got round to reading it when the general election was called, because I was like, I'm gonna need some more socialism in my life. So I started reading this. This is so interesting. I'm in 1992 currently, so John Major is still Prime Minister, and Neil Kinnock is leader of the Labour Party right now, where I'm at in this book. And oh, so much shade at New Labour. So much shade. If you don't know who Tony Benn is, by the way, he was a really prominent member of the Labour Party, and his son Hillary is a Labour Member of Parliament. It did make me feel very insecure about my own diary entries though, because Tony Benn kept some very up-to-date diaries, and mine are just like memes. I'm feeling depressed. While we're talking about socialism, let's just take a hot minute to talk about the election campaign. I know I said this is going to be full of joy, and it is going to be full of joy, because emos for Corbyn started trending on Twitter, right? And I like Stormzy as much as the next person, but I'm far too white to get involved with grime for Corbyn. So when emos for Corbyn started trending, I was like, my time has come, emo for life. And I went out and bought Kerrang magazine. I haven't picked up a copy of Kerrang since I was probably about 19 years old. But I bought Kerrang because Jeremy Corbyn was on the front, and I just thought, this is amazing. I've only been involved in being able to vote in a general election since 2010, so I've never really paid that much attention to general election campaigns. But this campaign was just so fascinating, And I'm saying that as a nerd that likes to read Hansard on occasion and Diaries of Tony Benn. But what a campaign. It was so interesting. Oh, fascinating. Anyway, I bought a copy of Kerrang because Emotes for Corbyn was trending, and I thought, that's amazing. I have never known the leader of any political party to do interviews in music magazines. I've never known it. And so I thought I'd buy it just to see what it was all about, because, like, honestly, this looks like the most bizarre album cover you could ever come across. But the interview in here is really fascinating. If there's any copies of this left, I think you should go and find it, because the interview, it's a really big spread that he's got in here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 pages of interview in here. And it's fascinating reading through it all. Not least because this guy is 68 years old. He is 68 years old, and he is connected with more people than any other political leader that I can think of. And that is just, I don't know, I find it fascinating. I think it's great. Also, this issue of Kerrang magazine comes with a pull-out poster of Jeremy Corbyn. I am a little bit thinking about framing it and putting it on my wall, but, like, in a low-key kind of way. While we're still talking about politics, let's move on to TV, because I have just discovered, and I know I'm, like, 4 years late, but I've just discovered House of Cards. House of Cards is so good. It's so good. Like, I love Kevin Spacey. I think he's fabulous. He can do no wrong in my eyes. Like, Kevin Spacey could appear in my living room and commit a blood sacrifice, and I'd still think he was a fabulous actor. House of Cards is just so clever, and it's so well written, and every time it breaks the fourth wall, I'm just like, oh, Frank. Also, good TV, The Handmaid's Tale. Oh my god, guys, The Handmaid's Tale on Channel 4. It's on Sundays at 9 PM. So I first read The Handmaid's Tale for my A-level English exam, and I remember reading it at the time and just being like, Jesus Christ, this is intense. And I really enjoyed it, because the other book we had to read was Ian McEwan's Enduring Boredom, more like. That was the worst book ever. The Handmaid's Tale. Absolutely adored it. When I finished my A-levels, I literally gave my copy, I gave to everyone and was like, you have to read this. Someone didn't give it back to me, though. I haven't got The Handmaid's Tale anymore, because whoever I lent it to last didn't return it. Anyway, it's fine. I hope you enjoyed it. The series is on now on TV, and oh my god, so good. So good. Scarily good, because there are elements of it that are so real and are actually happening in the world right now, and oh god, if you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. You'll just have to take a moment to ignore the fact that Rory Gilmore is in it and is tortured a little bit. It's fine. Other TV that is well good, if you have Netflix, I thoroughly recommend that you check out a show called iZombie. Been on for a little while, I've probably mentioned it before. Basically, a girl gets turned into a zombie, so she becomes a medical examiner, and she eats brains and then helps solve crime. It'll be a nice reprieve from Handmaids and Frank Underwood. Also good TV, if you have Freeview, there is a channel called Dave. Dave is the home of all the shows that the BBC no longer produces, but it's also the home of original comedy, and everyone knows Taskmaster is great. But the show I want to tell you about is a show called Go 8-Bit, which is Dara O'Brien and video games. It's weird, because I'm not much of a gamer. Like, I have a Wii, and I like a bit of Donkey Kong and Mario Kart now and again, but I'm not really into gaming. I can enjoy a good video game, and I enjoy watching people play video games more than I enjoy playing video games myself. I'm a huge fan of watching, like, Let's Plays on YouTube. Go 8-Bit is like the TV version of watching people play computer games. It's basically they have two teams, and the two teams play against each other in a variety of weird games. So we've had like Mortal Kombat and Crossy Road and all sorts of games. And then it's just Dara O'Brien refereeing. It's great. If you have Dave, check it out. There you are. Things that might make this whole scary time less scary and more enjoyable.